what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the energy for today. So let's get into it, or whenever you find this reading. Energy is fluid, so as long as the messages resonate, then it's definitely meant for you. We will start off with an energetic cleansing, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Clear out any negativity, any illusion, lack of clarity, lack of understanding just about ourselves, about what we're moving and transitioning through. We have a couple planets in retrograde right now, and anytime a planet goes into retrograde, it has a tendency to bring up things that we're not paying attention to or haven't or don't want to deal with. And not the most fun energy. But if we pay attention, if we are aware, then it really does lead to a lot of abundance. In the way that we start living in more harmony with ourselves, with our life, with our environment, and we see changes happening. And there is a lot of opportunity to really change in a way that is heart inspiring, that helps us connect to our wishes, to our desires, our fulfillment. With Pluto moving into Aquarius, it is in retrograde right now. It will retrograde back into Capricorn, and then it will station direct in October. So once it kind of settles into Aquarius, I really feel like it is going to bring a lot of change and a lot of transformation. And right now we're in this space, we kind of have to figure out what side of the coin we want to be on, what we want to be dealing with on the other side. There is a call to get rid of people, situations, things that really aren't honoring our heart, our mind, our soul anymore. And that can be a very tedious process. It can be a little bit disheartening. There can be a lot of grief, a lot of sadness, a lot of pain, a lot of loss. Because it takes a minute, right? It takes a minute to, unless we're completely ready to let go of something or someone, it takes time to allow that release to happen. So be patient with yourself, be gentle, especially in the spaces that you're not seeing the results that you wanted to quite yet. They're coming. We've been seeing that in the readings. They are bubbling underneath the surface, so to speak. So they're en route. We just have to remain confident, remain committed to our path. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages from coming through. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration, annoyance. Cleanse it, release it from our energy. I did that last time. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Amen. Yeah, I totally had a cinder fall on me during a video, I don't know, or reading a couple weeks ago. And I had a blister from it. I didn't even realize until after the fact. Anywho, so we're kind of, like I said, we're dealing with some of the frustration, some of the resistance around the changes. It's not feeling good for our emotional world. We're just I don't know, it's that fine balance between, trying to quote unquote doing the work, meaning trying to make the right choices for yourself, trying to be practical in your approach, in your decision making, but not really seeing the results come through quite yet. And that gets really annoying. Mars is square to Mercury right now, so it makes communication a little difficult. people just don't get it, especially if this has been a long-term relationship or you're making changes that they don't quite understand. You are going to get some like resistance and pushback. So try not to take it too personally. I know that's like way easier said than done. But like I said, that the silver lining is things are progressing. We're just not feeling it. We're not feeling it. We're not seeing it like right in front of our face right now. So it makes it a little arduous. It makes it frustrating. And with Neptune in opposition to Black Moon Lilith, she has a way of like being very tricky. She, sometimes can play at our darker desires, our shadow self, or just things we don't normally show to other people. And sometimes she can do it in a way that makes us buy into the illusion, that makes us believe a false belief about ourselves. That's that emotion that we're picking up. That is this butterfly energy of transformation, allowing yourself to evolve. And that even means like in your thought world, right? How you think of yourself, how you believe about what you want and how you can achieve it, etc. Like you can have everything that you want. I'm a firm believer of that, but it does take commitment. It takes, especially right now, because we're coming out of a time where there just was like a lot of tension, a lot of frustration. You can see it all through the collective. Just people doing dumb shit. Like seriously, just for the sake of anger, revenge, their feelings are hurt. Basically, it's as simple as that. Not to oversimplify, but, reminiscing about the past, looking back at how things were, it's making people feel a lot of kind of things about things. And if someone or something is not handling their emotions in an appropriate way, it can bring out a lot of stuff. You are coming through with this energy of learning out of that. Understanding that the past is the past, that you don't want to go back there with this photograph. Yeah, looking at all you've been through, there are certain places of grief, certain ideas, beliefs, fantasies that you had that you feel like you have to let go of, especially around people, places, and things. But the more you make these healthier decisions for yourself, the clearer you're going to be able to see. There's a beautiful transformation happening for you right now. And again, it confirms what I was talking about in the astrology in the very beginning. Even if it doesn't really feel like it, it's happening. A lot of like the positive aspects in the astrology is more what I call like the soul healing, the stuff that we might not be paying attention to on the day-to-day. And because Jupiter is squarely aspected to the fortune point, it makes it hard to see the blessings that are coming in, or even be able to like be hopeful about that stuff, right? It's really difficult when we're not seeing the kind of change that we want to have happen. When situations are still popping up in a way where it's challenging us, it's triggering us, it's forcing us to look at ourselves, look at our life, look at how we interact and engage in a new way. Very, very humbling process. Sorry, this got like deep so quickly. But, here's the thing. It's healing heartbreak. It's healing places that you have been so burdened, so weighed down, maybe even struggling with depression, with anxiety, lack of purpose, not feeling good enough. Deep betrayal is what I'm hearing for some of you. Moving through a time where a lot of people or situations that were close to you, that were very important to your heart, were taken away. whether they walked away or it was just something that fell apart, something that happened. And you're really trying to overcome this energy, like, and in a smart and calculated way, showing up as the Knight of Swords. It's like you're making plans of action to move forward, to not stay stuck in this energy. Double confirmation with this Fool, complete new beginnings. It feels a little unsettling as well. Like, I like it because you're moving into it, like I said, in a smart way. You're approaching it with your intellectual power, recognizing, having awareness around these things, around the challenges, around what needs shifting, but it's all still new for you. And I think there's this part of you that needs to be a little bit more gentle with yourself. I'm hearing two messages, like, try not to be so naive, try not to be too rose-colored glasses. I feel like that's where that disappointment is coming into play. But also at the same time, try not to be too rigid. Find that balance. When you are stressed out, when you are overworked, give yourself some space to play, to have fun, to relax and rejuvenate. Take care of your mind, your body, your soul. Someone's watching this very closely. We've been seeing these energies pop up. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who feels very ruthless. Yeah, like, and almost is like jealous of you, jealous of that kind of whimsical air that you hold. Whether you're super positive or you always see the silver lining in something, or even when you are down and out, even when there is a lot going on, you're still able to overcome and push forward. And this Queen of Swords does not like it at all. This is someone who struggles to connect with how they feel, how they, it's like they can only make these like very rational decisions and cutthroat decisions at that. But is not someone who is willing or knows how to allow themselves to feel or to believe in the magic of life. Nine of Swords energy, so super, super stressed out. Something is coming out, something's coming to light. I think that is going to shed a lot of light onto this person, especially in their community, in their environment around them. Truth is coming out and they're stressed. They don't, like I said, they don't like that you are trying something new, starting something different. Like I was talking about earlier, maybe something they don't even understand or agree with, or I feel this belittling energy, like they demean you or they talk down to you, or in their mind, they think that you can't, you're unable, or something about your abilities is subpar, or they're better than you, right? And they might not be verbalizing, but you can still feel this. You can still pick this up because they are heavily projecting that towards you. They turned their back on you, and now I feel like they can't forgive themselves, but they would never admit that to you. They're really struggling, having a hard time pulling themselves out of it. But you know what? Unfortunately, this is the season right now. How I was talking about those planets in retrograde, both Neptune and Saturn are in retrograde and they're in Pisces. Pisces just like kind of messes with our mind, unfortunately, especially when it comes to like what we're sensing on those subtler layers, those places that like in the day-to-day we can kind of turn a blind eye to or whatever. It's like what kind of messes with our mind at night or in our dream space. Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, definitely a lot of dreams, astral projection, meditation, going into those spaces of transcendence, and it's bringing to light a lot of things. And there's a lot of stress around this. There's a lot of stress from one party. For you, I feel like this is affecting you more on, like I was talking about earlier, the way that you think, believe about yourself and about your abilities. Money coming into play. Okay, this guy has been popping up for us so much. This King of Wands energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Someone playing in the background, someone trying to come after someone's money, or I don't know, because this person, this individual feels like the outside of it. Someone maybe accepted money to do something. Five of Cups. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of regret that's happening around you. And again, we were talking about this in the very beginning, and I feel like this is part of what your energy is picking up. But at the same time, you're evolving. This came through in our reading yesterday, this value of self-love, self-care. The more that you spend time and energy doing that, the more you're gonna see whatever this chaos is very clearly. Yeah, because there's people constantly popping up in our readings where it's not just one person, it's multiple people. And I feel like this has really been why it has tested your strength and your ability to overcome. I really love the Knight of Swords energy for you though, because he's like, so strategic. He's very good at making those plans of action, but he's like not too much of an asshole. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But it's not like you're doing it in a way, like King of Swords can be a little bit like, don't mess with him, especially if you don't want your feelings hurt, right? But you're approaching it, you're smart, because there still is this measure of innocence about the way that your approach is happening. You want to believe in the best. You don't want to sit here and, stay in this heartbreak, this sadness that like people who can't like handle their business keep causing, right? Something is bringing in a little bit more grounding and balance. I feel like this this Page of Wands, Knave of Wands in this deck is bringing in some new opportunities. We've been seeing this. And I think it's something that is a little bit healthier for you. It's more stable. And it's because of how you have been managing this transformation. Like I said, it's really shedding light onto people, onto how they treated you, what they chose, unfortunately or not, what you reap or what you sow is what you reap, right? What you put out. And I feel like that's where a lot of this anxiety is coming from these people over here. Definitely immature, definitely not thinking things through. Keep moving at your own pace. Keep listening to your own internal light. Keep moving forward in a quiet way. It is making choices, difficult choices, weighing the pros and cons, but not getting too stressed out by them, because there is a way to achieve your goals. There is a way to achieve that harmony and balance that you're looking for. Obviously, it's not happening right yet. That's just kind of like the nature of the beast. And the good that is happening, like I was saying earlier, it's more on those subtle layers. So we kind of have to tune in to ourselves. We have to take that step back and say, wow, I did this, I created this, this is really beautiful. Being present, right? Practicing being present, being able to acknowledge and, just really honor ourselves for what has evolved, what has gotten better for us, what is making us excited to see the change. Jupiter is in Gemini, so the change is happening as it's moving through. This is a lot about being able to, like put down roots. It says that, Deborah. I swear to God, I didn't even read that. But putting down strong roots, that's what I'm hearing. You know, look at how beautiful this tree is, the strength that's pouring forth. And this is coming from a place of hard work. It's not like, you know, it's not like you just like skipped your way there, right? As much as you would have loved to, you've seen where that has gotten you in the past when you kind of dive more into that naivete, thinking, taking people at face value, not listening to your own instincts, not listening to your senses when something feels off, especially with how people communicate, right? That value of looking at what someone says to you and then what their actions truly are. It's finding alignment. I love this. Spiritual alignment, 12th house. This goes back to that Piscean energy I was talking about, because the cool thing about Pisces is it is incredibly powerful. It is when we have that proverbial chakras all in alignment, when we're using its power, when we're able to, yes, intuit in a way that strengthens and empowers us, and then channel it into the physical world, channel it into manifesting what we desire, makes us happy and fulfilled. And this realignment, this readjustment that we're going through right now is forcing us to do just that. Finding strength, finding courage. Our home is always our strongest foundation. We have 1155 on the board, and it's like I'm hearing this value of just like making changes, right? Making changes to how you show up for yourself, that value of stability, of creating abundance. This is what this is about, being in alignment with ourselves, that we bring in this abundance. The more we nurture it, oh my gosh, I love this. Ha ha ha. I love this. 2 11s and 2 5s. I think that's so powerful because 11s are master numbers. They're us stepping into our empowerment through the work, through the evolution that we are doing. You know, we are rooting down in this abundance in a very powerful way. In a way that's, it's not selfish, it's not manipulative, it's not controlling, it's authentic, and it's true. And that's why it is stressing all these people out over here, right? That's why it's bringing a lot of, stuff up. You know, they might have been able to kind of skid under the radar for some time, but a lot of this stuff is starting to come to the surface. I feel like you are going to get some level of like validation and justification, even if it's not coming straight from the horse's mouth. It's coming in other ways. So thank you always for tuning in. I hope you resonated with this reading. Thank you for sticking around, especially if you made it this far in the video. It really blesses my heart and soul. Drop comments below. I love to hear how it resonates for you if you are interested, or if you just want a little love, TLC, encouragement, support, I am here. Thank you for your time and energy always, sending love and blessings your way.